I knew the marriage was dead the moment she turned, hair sticking to her sweat-shiny face, and hissed the word, "Relax." She said it without looking at me, her body still tangled around her ex's leg on the dance floor. The music thumped. Her sister laughed. Her father stared at the ground like it might open and swallow him. I didn't make a scene. Scenes are for people who still hope. I just watched the two of them grind as if I wasn't standing 10 feet away, as if dignity was a currency she'd never needed to earn. So I did the most violent thing a quiet man can do. I turned around and walked out. We weren't always like this. There was a time when she looked at me the way she now looked at him, eyes bright, expectant, hungry. I met her at a bookstore, tucked into an aisle that smelled like old pages and new beginnings. She laughed at the same authors I pretended to understand. I thought I'd found someone who fit me, someone who found comfort in my silence, not ammunition. She used to reach for me like I was sanctuary. Back then, I believed it. But love ages. Trust erodes. And betrayal doesn't walk in wearing boots. It leaks through the cracks like smoke until your whole life smells like fire. The signs came quietly. She'd turn her phone face down. She'd shower the moment she got home. She'd say she was tired but scroll until 2 a.m. I noticed the twitch in her voice when a certain name popped up on her notifications. I noticed how her laughter changed, lighter, practiced, like she was auditioning for someone. Then I saw it. A message, one line. Can't wait to feel you again at the wedding. My heartbeat didn't quicken. My hands didn't shake. I felt still, calm, like the ocean right before it decides to swallow a ship. That's when I understood something essential about myself. I don't break. I calculate. Planning began as naturally as breathing. I met with the lawyer before she even picked out her dress for the wedding. I transferred my savings into a private account. I gathered proof, screenshots, recordings, every breadcrumb she didn't think I'd ever find. I updated the lease so it sat solely in her name. Quiet moves, quiet man. She was too busy rehearsing her new personality to notice. She thought I was distracted. She thought I was passive. She mistook grace for blindness. People always do. Then came the wedding, her sister's big day, her moment to perform. And that's exactly what she did, on the dance floor, on her ex's thigh, with the confidence of someone who believed there'd be no consequences. When she told me to relax, something inside me finally aligned. It wasn't rage, it wasn't heartbreak, it was clarity. I walked out with her house key still in my pocket and every document she didn't know I'd collected humming like electricity in my bag. She came home the next morning, makeup smeared, voice rehearsing an apology she wasn't truly sorry for. But she found an empty closet, a missing husband, and a letter on the counter, 6 sentences, nothing more. You broke the vows. You broke the trust. You don't get to break me. Behind that note, I left a folder, proof of everything she'd been doing. Enough to make custody irrelevant. Enough to make alimony a fantasy. Enough to make her reputation collapse under its own weight. Her father tried calling. He left a voicemail thick with shame, apologizing for what she'd done in front of him. I didn't respond. His daughter wasn't my responsibility anymore. She's been begging for weeks now. Messages, voicemails, emails written at 3 a.m., drenched in regret. She says she made a mistake. She says it meant nothing. She says she was drunk, confused, overwhelmed. But there's a difference between a mistake and a decision. Mistakes happen in moments. Decisions happen in patterns. And betrayal, real betrayal, never happens by accident. People ask if I'm lonely now, if I miss her, if it hurts. Here's the truth. What hurt was staying. Leaving was the first act of mercy I ever gave myself. Revenge wasn't the documents, or the silence, or the way she lost everything she gambled for. Revenge was choosing myself. Revenge was walking out of that wedding without a backward glance. Revenge was never yelling, never begging, never bleeding for someone who fed on wounds. She thought I'd chase her. She thought I'd fight for her. She thought love made me weak. But here's what she learned. Too late. Too painfully. It's always the quiet ones who end things cleanest. And once they leave, they never return.